happened. So still a very fluid situation here. Thomas?
Kristen Welker at the White House for us. Kristen, thanks so much. Joining me now is Democratic Congresswoman Yvette Clarke of New York. Congresswoman, it's great to have you with us. You have been a staunch defender, to say the least, of Social Security as well as Medicare. Are you concerned after watching President Obama at that press conference today, concerned that he may need to put those programs on the table when it comes to these debt talks to reach the middle ground and make the compromise needed so that the nation can rest assured that we aren't going to default come August the 3rd?
Well, of course, we're concerned about it. I'm concerned that that not be the case. Clearly, this argument is about raising the debt ceiling, and it should be strictly about raising the debt ceiling. I think we have confused the American people by adding deficit reduction to a process that has been for many presidencies a single item, which is raising the debt ceiling. Issues of entitlements, the issues of deficit reduction can be handled in isolation of a debt ceiling. And unfortunately, we've been put in this sort of what I consider to be extortion scheme, which is not good for the American people. If we're going to focus on entitlements, then let us take the time to do the appropriate reviews that need to be done. Right now, the immediate urgency is around raising the debt limit. And I would submit to my colleagues that we need to focus on strictly that and have an up or down vote on the debt limit, which is to pay bills that we owe.
Congresswoman, our colleague here at NBC, Kristen Welker, just reporting from the White House that the president would like to see something move forward within the next 24 to 36 hours. From the tone that you're hearing from your colleagues there on the Hill, do you think that that is actually something that can happen, something that the president can see forward motion on in the next 24 to 36 hours?
Well, we've certainly have an extreme, and we've had a discussion in the Democratic caucus, and that seems to be the overwhelming sentiment of our colleagues. You know, we've had a vote already. It was put on a suspension calendar, which requires 2/3 vote in the House of Representatives, which meant that it was going to see its demise anyway. We need to have a debt limit vote so that people in this nation recognize that we mean business. We can then return to the issues of deficit reduction, which we've been doing all along through the cuts to both the current fiscal year's budget as well as the upcoming fiscal year's budget, and then add the question of entitlement. I think that we need to be very sober in understanding that we owe people right now. We owe the American people, we owe our debtors. And the way that we address that is by focusing on that through one bill, strictly on the debt limit, we can address that issue.
Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, so amid a firestorm of scandal, media mogul Rupert Murdoch sat down today with the family of a murdered schoolgirl whose phone was allegedly hacked by News of the World